So I'm doing a harder route now, so this might be a bit rough. Cracked egg route. Yeah, this is no egg, no bean, no fish. We're cutting out all the food items. Link will not be eating. No eating today. What about bugs? I will get bugs if Link is in a sticky situation. Bugs can be a emergency source of protein. Bugs can be an emergency source of protein. If I need emergency help, I can use bugs. But ideally, no bugs, no bean, or yeah, no bean, no fish, no bugs. Yeah, vegan run. Well, I don't know. Is it vegan if? I mean, I guess no food is technically vegan. Vegan, he says, violently slashes 2 bats to death. I mean, vegan is only about eating animals, right? It doesn't matter if you kill a few, right? If you don't eat them, it's still technically vegan. You and your loopholes. I'm a speedrunner, what can I say? But yeah, this trick is a lot more awkward. I have to do this first person too. This is super. Luckily, well, okay, it's really awkward in first person, but it's also in a way easier because you don't have to wait for the camera to pan, so you actually have way more time. But it's very awkward. But it's not that bad. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get 109. I probably at least want to go for 108. I'm also using a harder route, which this harder route should save like 30 to 40 seconds. But it's kind of ambiguous. I mean, it's not really ambiguous. It's just... assume 30 seconds. Ideally, it's more like 40, I think. But it's gonna be kind of tough. Why is Kai Cenat in the shower? People typically shower, usually once a day, so it's usually pretty common for people to be in the shower at any given time, at least once, sometime in the day. I mean, some people, not always every day. But if we assume that Kai Cenat is a normal person who takes a shower once a day, there's not a terribly low chance that at any given time, this person might be in the shower. Only 2 more showers until Christmas. Oh my god. I can't believe it's almost Christmas. He is indeed. Okay, so he is in the shower on stream. Interesting. I assume the camera is not pointed at the shower, correct? I assume that he is within Twitch TOS. Surely a big streamer would never break TOS on stream and have no consequences. Beefing with XQC. Am I just beefing with every big streamer now? Say something inflammatory about a big streamer for content. Isn't that the typical way to be a big streamer now? Is like you just always start beef with other big streamers and then that's just the way to be a big streamer now. Yeah, the Twitch meta. Yeah, I gotta start beef with more people. Yeah, high school. Sometimes I hear, like, I don't watch big streamers very much at all. Sometimes I just randomly hear about this streamer beef on Twitter or something, and every time it just sounds so dumb. All just for money, yeah. I wonder how much beef is actually legit, and how much is just, we gotta do it for the content. Yeah, and people just love their gossip. Wait, some WoW streamer is playing OoT on Sunday. Guzu. Is it like a casual OoT playthrough, I assume? Yeah, watching Backseat's casual gameplay. No, I have a strict rule. Never ever backseat a casual playing OoT. I will never... If I ever watch a casual play OoT, I will never allow myself to backseat. No elp. Or if they're trying to has... If they are trying to do glitches, I will elp. Yeah, just teach them Deku wrong warp. I mean, if any big streamer wanted to learn that, I would be glad to help. I remember when, who was it? Summit1G was learning OoT any percent back in the day, like, what was this, 2016 or something? And he was getting like 20k viewers for OoT any percent for like a week or 2 or something. That was fun. I remember it was like during a GDQ, and so we had like a GDQ watch party watching him play or something in a hotel room. Can I teach casual players to backshot? You know, backshot is both a difficult trick and also not very beginner friendly, and also fairly limited in use. I can't really imagine a situation where a casual would want to use it, so probably not. When are you going to release ChatZFG that explains how to do every trick? I don't know. I don't know if anyone's trained an AI off of all of my speedruns yet. It would be very interesting though. Probably not useful, but interesting. One day close to the IQ low TED. I think if anything, this probably reduces the time save IQ would save, because we're not getting bean or egg now. So that's just less text, meaning less time for IQ to save. If anyone does it, it's me. I'm trying to gaslight myself as hard as I can into assuming that IQ is bad, so I don't have to do it. I think I'm doing a pretty good job so far. I'm fairly convinced. I've done a good job convincing myself, I think, that IQ isn't that good. I'm good at coping. I think I'm fairly good at coping. I've had good experience with it. I've been coping to gaslight myself into not doing certain strats for quite a while now. Although I usually give in. Eventually, the copium truck runs out, and eventually I'm like, okay, the copium's out, I gotta deal with it. Usually just takes me a long time though. Start of Child 1 stream. Child 1 stream doesn't really happen with this. Child 1 is not difficult enough to really have Child 1 streams in this route. Famous last words. Good start. Nice. So, my PB also failed dot skip, so this isn't technically that bad. Dude, why is this the hardest trick in the game? No, I'm not throwing for content. See, it's easy. Dude. Never mind, maybe it is Child 1 day. Child 1 Wednesday. This better be record. I mean, my PB does have an atrocious, like, first half hour, and it's still got records, so it's possible. In fact, likely, if anything. I always have the worst. It's always the runs with the worst starts that get record. When was the last time I had a different mic? I think I've been using this mic since 2019, I think. So 6 years-ish, 6 or so years. Yeah, it is a good mic, but I think it's also sort of like the older common streamer mic. Like I think most streamers have moved on to a Shure. This is kind of like what streamers used to use 10 years ago. I'm using the last generation of common streamer good mic. Yeah, the AT 2020. Yeah, and I know Dry was bugging me to get a Shure a while ago, and I said like, once this mic dies, I'll get a Shure, but it's holding up well. Okay, so not a Child 1 day, officially. That was a pretty mediocre Child 1, but whatever. Just want to finish runs right now, just to get used to the hard route. Nice bonk. That's a new bonk. New bonk city. New bonk just dropped. ZFG is the best. Thanks, SSJ420 Vegeta. Very cool. I was facing slightly to the left when I want to be facing to the right there, and I was trying to move to the side, but so like the ISG hitbox is actually in Link's left hand, and so I need to be, Bongo needs to be on the left side of Link, and so I was trying to move to the side so that Bongo would be on the left side, and then I died. Raisin Bran is slept on. Dude, when I see Raisin Bran hate, I'm always a little confused. It's alright. I mean, it's probably been forever since I last had it, but it's not bad. It's mid. It is definitely not mid. It's above mid, at least. I don't know about S tier, but certainly fairly good. What's had bugs in it? What cereal are you eating that has bugs in it? You like sprays and rains officially old? I accepted my fate a while ago. What's my cereal tier list? I'm not sure. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, probably S. Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms is good. Lucky Charms might be more A tier than S tier. Fruit Loops. I love Fruit Loops as a kid. It definitely goes down later on in life. Fruit Loops is like B at best. Frosted Flakes, S tier. I'm a child. Okay, I don't actually eat cereal almost ever. Like, I'm mostly basing this off of years and years ago. But you know what? Some things taste good when you're a kid. And it doesn't taste less good when you're an adult. It's fine if you like things that you liked as a kid. Cinnamon Toast Crunch tastes good when you're 12 and good when you're 30. Cheeseburgers as a kid, S tier. Cheeseburgers as an adult, S tier. True. What about Glorp Flakes? Never had it. But no, in all seriousness, I almost never eat cereal anymore. Sliced banana in your cereal? I never understood the whole sliced banana in cereal thing. Like, I love bananas, but I never understood putting it in cereal. Banana and peanut butter? Love banana and peanut butter. Very good. So this is gonna be the run, right? I would not expect my first run with the harder route to be the run. Tame your expectations, at least for a few days. Pancakes or waffles? Usually pancakes. And yes, this does mean that I hate waffles. And I hate everyone that eats waffles. Because I know people in chat are typing that right now. Because, as we all know, if you like pancakes, you must hate waffles. No, I like waffles too. Please keep saying I hate waffles. No, I can't. I can say it as a meme, but I can't say it unironically. I would be lying. Waffles are good. And so are pancakes. A little lie for the fans. I would never lie to my fans. I couldn't do that. Okay, so this is where the egg skip time save comes in. I should have saved a lot more than that, but good enough. Alright, so here's probably the hardest thing of the egg skip route, is I have to do this. Doing this without a trade item is awkward because I have to dump bugs in front of the door and then frame perfectly open the door afterwards, which is a lot more awkward without the text box. Hopefully this isn't too bad. Okay, got it. And I gotta do this in first person, which is really awkward. The one good thing about this is you have a lot of extra time here, because you don't have to wait for the camera. Good. Yeah, that's also why I took intentional damage from the keys, because you have so much extra time that I think damage from the keys is worth it, because you really do not need all that time. Okay, and also, I'm doing Weird Shot Volvagia now. I was worried about learning at first, but didn't actually seem as hard as I thought it was going to be. Surely, it will be fine. Dude, So, I got one of the worst holes there. When you get that hole, you have to abandon the weird shot and just try to attack Volvagia right away. When I did the crouch stab to try to hit him, I got knocked backwards into the bomb explosion. Very cool. Of course, my first run would get probably the worst hole. How does this glitch strat work? So, Volvagia actually has two hitboxes, one for the one that flies around, and one for the one that goes into the holes. Or pops out of the holes. And so I'm actually hitting the flying Volvagia because it last goes under this hole. And so, see these circles, this is Volvagia's underground hitbox. Or flying hitbox, I guess. So that's what I'm hitting, under the holes. What would be the state with the most amount of glitches the game could display at once? Actually, this was sort of a challenge that I think a Japanese runner started like several years ago, where there was a challenge to just post the glitchiest picture of OoT you could. If you look deep in my Twitter, you can probably find some pictures. Like, I think it's Child in Ganon's Castle with glitch textures, with like something on B, and then glitch items on the C buttons and stuff. This was pre-SRM, by the way. But search deep in my Twitter, you can probably find it. There's also like a bunch of other tweets from like the same. You should be able to also find like other tweets other people did that were the most glitch you could get, but it was a fun thing people tried back then. If anyone has the links to those, feel free to post it in chat. Are there audio glitches? Yes, but there's not too many like interesting audio glitches. Although actually, one interesting audio glitch is I don't know if there's a way to consistently replicate it, but you can get a thunder sound in Graveyard that basically like repeats every frame, and basically it's just like this really loud thunder sound, like just constantly repeating over and over. I've gotten it once ever, and yeah, it's Defch. Yes, we will always call it Twitter. I don't know what X is, well, except for the letter of the alphabet. It will always be Twitter. Oh yeah, there's also action swap audio. You can use action swap to do stuff like cause the wasteland sound to play anywhere, or play the Phantom Ganon coming out of the portrait sound effect. Wait, I have the record again in Tears of the Kingdom AMQ. Wait, what happened? I thought my record got beat. Why do I no longer have... Why is this also not working anymore? Why did something happen? Was there like a rule discussion and stuff got split again? Tears of the Kingdom, Yakuza looking out for me. Oh my, oh no, oh god. Oh, yours and Cloud's runs got rejected because they found the Gandorf quest wasn't needed? Wait, not needed as in, do you mean like, or it was needed and those runs didn't actually complete it? And so like my run was the only legit run? Oh, they found it was needed, okay. So, so there were 2 runs that did not actually complete all main quests, and so now it's reverted to me having the record again. Hold on. I need to check this. Oh my god, I have the record again. Hello, Tears of the Kingdom record holder here. By the way, side note, for the Tears of the Kingdom runner in here, were you guys running on 1.0? I assume you guys were running on 1.0, right? Because I'm not running Tears of the Kingdom, I don't have clout anymore, but I remember before I stopped running Tears of the Kingdom, I found this thing with ABCS where you could like reuse ABCS between cutscenes, and I'm like 90% sure that makes AMQ faster on 1.1. This is my statement to say please look into 1.1 for AMQ again, because I'm like 90% sure it's gotta be faster than 1.0 if you can reuse ABCS between cutscenes. Anyway, that's my thing. I am very confident that 1.1 is faster, but because I don't run it, I have no clout. Anyway, but I never saw anyone mess with ABCS reuse because everyone moved on to 1.0 like around the same time. And I just want to make sure my tech doesn't die because I'm like very confident that the ABC reuse tech is very good, but no one uses it because everyone moved to 1.0. This is my way to say please use my tech that I found that no one used. I think I used it like once in my PB because like I was kind of messing with testing it, but I didn't like fully implement it yet. I have a video of it deep in the, I don't remember if I posted it in all dungeons or an AMQ channel, but I have a demonstration video of like a few different time saves with it deep in one of those channels. Anyway, just me trying to be relevant in Tears of the Kingdom again. Back to OoT. Back to a game I actually run. You Google Tears of the Kingdom because you couldn't remember when it released and it says February 21st, 1986. Well, I mean, if Google AI says it, it must be true. I'm sure Google AI wouldn't get the release date of that wrong. I'm actually kind of surprised. Like, I assume it was Google AI that said that. Because I know Google AI gets a lot of things wrong, but something as well known as that, I feel like it would usually get right. No, I never had a record in OoT Fetch a Fruit. I had a really mediocre run, even when I ran it, which I literally ran it for like 1 hour at a GDQ once. Even the run I did was like, I don't know, not even top 10. I was never good at OoT Fetch a Fruit. It's a game, it's like some old Flash game that, there was one GDQ, I was talking with some Portal runners, and they forced me to play OoT Fetch a Fruit, and so I did one run of it. It's always the Portal runners, by the way. Just saying. Night Sky Community misses you. Speaking of Night Sky Community, you want to know another game that I ran because of Portal runners? Night Sky. Although technically that wasn't them making me, it was because I watched a Portal runner play Night Sky and I'm like, wait a second, this seems cool. Stereotypes, eh. Look, I'm not saying all Portal runners, but it's always a Portal runner. I'm kidding. I love Portal runners, they're actually cool. They keep asking me when I'm going back to Portal. It always hurts me having to let them down, that it's probably not happening at this point. Portal 1 is Portal 2 is your go-to. I love Portal 1 and 2. I think they're both fantastic. I never had a record in Portal. I just ran it. In fact, I was notoriously bad at Portal because my out-of-bounds PB was worse than worse than most people's inbounds runs. So, if anything, I was a bit of a joke. Okay, it's not... I think the difference was less back then than it is today, but still. What was my easiest record? I mean, probably like an early Night Sky record, because like 2 people ran Night Sky before I ran it. Oh yeah, the first sub 30 OT record lasted for 12 minutes, yeah. That's a good piece of lore. Back when Ganondorf was first found, the first people doing runs of it, like the record was, you know, going down very fast. And there was a runner, who was it? What was his name? Chocolate something. He had the record for 12 minutes. Chocolate Pop-Tart, that's it. The probably shortest lived OOT record of all time. Literally, I was already midway through the run that would beat it when it happened. Literally stole their lunch money, their munch money. A Bonanza record recently lasted like 10 minutes. Wait, was it? How recent was that? Was that like within the first few days of its release, or was that like actually in the last few days? Because if it was in the last few days, like actually recently, that's kind of crazy because it has been getting pretty optimized. Although I know they're also finding stuff pretty frequently, finding big optimizations and skips. Oh, it was in the first few weeks? Okay. I mean, still, that's still pretty interesting, but yeah. Kind of expected in the first few weeks. Do I still plan on making a Hundo history vid? I would love to, but it's just going to be such a gigantic project. I mean, first I need to actually get on making a new channel, like actually just doing glitch explanations / history vids in general. And then eventually when I have enough of that, I could work on a big history video for all of Hundo. So like it would need to be a far future project, but I would like to. All right, second try at Volv Weird Shot. Surely this time will be easier. Surely I won't get the worst possible hole like on my first try. Don't bother. Alright, nice and easy. Didn't get bugs before the death, but not too big of a deal. Yeah, needing the 2 save warps for 2 different wrong warps does kind of suck in this route. It's like the one thing about this route I really don't like, but the fire one is really, there's not really any alternative, because Death Mountain Crater cutscene will never work, and that will always be your last cutscene. Yeah, and visiting deck. Yeah, dude, cutscene pointers suck in this run. At least the Jabu one is not too bad. I did mess with the Jabu cutscene pointer stuff. I should have. I had to change my strat anyway for the new route, but the new strat I have is good. It should be better than the old one anyway. That's not it. Rare footage of mistaking the correct Phantom Ganon. Oh god, that's bad. I didn't jump slash? When did I not? Oh, wait. No, when did I definitely jump. When did I regular slash? Oh, it was when I mistook what Phantom Ganon it was. I slashed to get out of hookshot, didn't I? That's what it was. No PBs with the new route. This is my first day of runs with it. This is the farthest run I've had with it so far. Where do you get bombs IRL? The FBI is now heading towards your house. Oh wait, yeah, I did. I got a record in Tears of the Kingdom today. That's true. I did get a record today. I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom in a year, and I somehow got a record today. The reason for it is because one of the quests that had the issues is it's defeat Ganondorf, which is like it's one of the quests that get completed after you've already beaten the game, like in the credits. And I think that was like it's a weirder one to check, and so I guess that's why they missed it. It's one of those quests that never actually gets completed in gameplay, but I mean, yeah, that probably should have been some extra double checks involved, but yeah. I mean, this same thing has happened in OoT with all cows. Like, in all cows, it turns out that most all cows runs were milking the same cow twice instead of 2 different cows that were in a similar position. Including my own. My own all cows runs got invalidated. I am an all cows cheater. Yeah, there's definitely been runs missing skulls and like missing stuff in Hundo too. In fact, I'm also guilty of that. I forgot a slingshot upgrade in one of my old Hundo PBs. Luckily, it was not a record, but I am guilty of forgetting something in Hundo and submitting it, and it getting accepted, so it's not all my fault. Well, this is bad. My bomb count is super bad now. It's 2 missed. I think that's both of my spare bombs. Very cool split. That split is so much harder than it should be. Alright, I have to do a new movement for, well, not movement, but like a new strat for the cutscene pointer. Never mind. Guess I'm save warping. Well, the strat would be take out sword, take out hookshot right here. Doesn't matter. Nat, have you tested with bug route? Have you tested with dropping and catching bugs before the King Dodongo fight, before you kill King Dodongo? Because that's the new strat I'm doing. Oh, the cutscene pointer is still 87AO. Wait, is 87AO the one I want? No, I need 89EO for this strat. Or at least that's the one I'm going for. But actually, wait, if you mean... Does it not change anything going from room 1 to room 2? Is that the base case? Because if it doesn't change anything going from room 1 to room 2, then it should be fine, if that's what you're saying. No idea. How long would it take to test? Do you think you could test it in under, like, 2 minutes? If you can give me an answer... You know what? Maybe I should just go for it. It's not like the run is super good, and it'll... You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it, because... If it dies, it'll crash at the DC wrong warp, but at least, like, the DC wrong warp is kind of the last thing I need practice for anyway. So, like, if it dies there, then not that big of a deal. So, you know what? I'm going for it. Well, actually, I guess it could still crash at Baronade, but I think crashing at Baronade is pretty rare. I think most cutscene pointers work for Baronade. It's KD, that's the problem. But whatever. Just gonna assume it works. Oh, cutscene pointer is off? Okay. RIP. Well, I mean, it's not a guarantee it won't work, but it just is very unlikely. I mean, if it does work, then I have good information. Okay, the Baronade one is usually fine regardless, but it's the next one that I'm worried about. But like I said, the important part here is just practicing this wrong warp. If it fails... If it crashes, it crashes. But I need to get experience of doing this in a run. Because this is the scariest part of No Fish. Alright, prepare for crash. Got it. Easy. That's the scary part, so the fact that I can get that first time in a run is good. Alright, this is almost definitely gonna crash. Well, that's a welcome surprise. That's not a crash at all. I have to admit, I was not expecting this run to continue. I was fully prepared to be back on the title screen right now. If I could skip this cutscene, would I? Absolutely. This would be one of the best cutscenes we could possibly skip. What's actually really sad is that there is only one boss death cutscene skip that's even theoretically possible, and it's Baronade. The other ones aren't even theoretically doable. You can do it if you kill Baronade with Sunsong ISG, or like ISG OI Sunsong to kill Baronade, and for some reason Baronade is the only boss whose death flag gets set the moment they die and not after the cutscene, for whatever reason. And then Sunsong to reset the room, I mean, is what lets you skip it. For some reason, that's exclusive to Baronade. Baronade just has to be different than everyone else. Yeah, it's just not faster. Because you gotta catch bugs, do OI, do Sunsong. What's different about Jabu? No idea. Just typical OoT inconsistency. Alright, as long as this last section goes well, it should be good. But, I mean, this last section isn't hard. Should be fine, but it is... can be tricky. Seriously? That was incredibly close. I can't believe that worked. I will rant about that later. Is that gonna work? Okay, I should still be able to finish. I think I might lose enough time that this won't be PB. Because I'm gonna have to get ISG off grass now. This was kind of sloppy. That might cost enough time that I don't PB. We'll see. It'll be very close. Okay, now it definitely won't PB. I like hesitated on throwing the nut for some reason. Okay, whatever. Not that big of a deal. This was just meant to be my first run with the new harder route, so I wasn't expecting to even come close to PBing this run, so getting this close is good enough. Showed that it's easy, at least. Losing to Goma. It's really easy, dude. I just hesitated on throwing the nut. I don't know why I did. I actually have the heart container. I think you can only do that with... Wait, does it? No. I think you can only do that with hover boots. I don't know if... I'm pretty sure it loads in instantly, right? Oh, you can do it? Even if it's already loaded in? Okay, maybe I should actually practice that as a backup. There goes PB. Oh, I have just enough nuts for this also. If I had one less nut, it'd be over. It did work. Dang. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that actually would have been a tiny PB if I didn't mess up Goma. Oh well. Again, first run of the new harder route, so honestly, if that's what the first run with the harder route is going to be like, I'm satisfied because I should be able to get a good run in a sec. Not in a sec, but quickly. Oh yeah, the deco entrance ran. Okay, the thing with the deco entrance, okay, I don't know why it didn't automatically clip. Usually, like, most of the time when you do like a slightly, where like it kind of glitches you slightly up, usually it'll clip very quickly after that, and it didn't. And usually if it doesn't clip right after that, then hover boots activates and you basically lose the Hess because you fall from the hover boots. And I kept expecting that to happen, and I was about to intentionally drop my Hess thinking that the game was going to automatically drop the Hess, and it didn't happen. And I was so close to leaving ESS position, and then I kept trying to clip, and then the thing that I thought was going to happen, which was like the hover boots ending mid-Hess, like while I was clipped higher up, I thought it was going to happen as I clipped. Like once I finally got through, I thought hover boots probably activated early, I'm probably going to clip now. And then I tried turning, and then as soon as I did the turn, I didn't turn fast enough, and I think I literally got the movement to the left, like frame perfectly. I think that was the last possible frame that I could have reacted to actually get the left movement to hit the loading zone. So like that was, I've never seen it be that awkward before. Are ZFG and ZFG1 different people? Yes. Don't get me confused with that ZFG guy. I want nothing to do with him. The time I died in Majora as Fierce Deity. Dude, I'm so mad people bring that up. No one brings up the fact that I was with 3 hearts. If you have 3 hearts going into Majora, even with FD, it's easy to die. You can just get sniped by the mass at any time. You can get the insta-shot on Incarnation at any time. Yes, I was the guy that invented all cows, and I regret it. And I even falsely invented all cows because my first run was invalid because it milked the same cow twice instead of 2 different cows because they were next to each other. So I couldn't even do it right. Yeah, and that's why GDQ banned me, yeah, for sure. Because I definitely got banned from GDQ for cheating in all cows. Yep. I honestly don't know if GDQ would actually ban anyone for cheating outside of GDQ. Like, I actually don't know if there's ever been a case of, like, someone who's cheated in, like, regular leaderboard runs and then submitting to GDQ and then finding out they're banned. I don't know if that's ever actually happened. I mean, it takes a special kind of personality to cheat, get caught cheating, and then submit to GDQ, so I can see why it may not have happened. But I actually don't know what they would do in that case. The I like that jump guy. I don't think he's ever submitted a GDQ run since, as far as I'm aware. Just hope that someone finds a reason to do back shots into horse pushy. I don't think there will ever be a category where that could happen. Will the Dudong's Cavern run guy submit a GDQ run? I wish. The blue Demond glitch, yeah, the blue Demond glitch will never be seen at a GDQ. Is all cows my biggest regret in my speedrunning career? Probably. Yeah, the look behind you was a great moment. I will never forget Ada's face. I wish the camera was more zoomed in and was higher quality, because Ada's face in that moment, if it was higher quality, it would be the greatest emote of all time. Yeah, and the blue potion. Am I silking my song tomorrow? I am not. But I did start playing Hollow Knight. I started playing Hollow Knight when everyone's gonna be playing Silk Song. It's over. I'm gonna die. If I somehow don't die here, it's gonna be a miracle, but that almost definitely did more damage than it should have. Yep. I looked at the direction that Flare Dancer was supposed to spawn, and it looked like it was gonna be a corner, but I guess I misread it, and it was a middle. And so I thought I was gonna be in a safe spot, but I wasn't, and I couldn't really do anything about it. RIP. Well, I guess now I can check out the ADEF emote. Okay, yeah, I think that's, okay, we can add that, yeah. Okay, yeah, that emote, that face is so good. Add this, what is this? Hidden giggles. You know what, okay, that's actually a good one. I think we need some feet emotes. No, I don't think we need some feet emotes, actually. I think we're perfectly fine. Really? I think we're perfectly fine with no feet emotes, actually. That chatter doesn't speak for the rest of us. For this one time, I will not consider you a hive mind. Why did you read that? Says the person who posted it. I've got to start making a list. Do I think games should be $80? The short version of my answer is I think a lot of things go into the price of games both ways for making it cheaper and more expensive. And I think there are legitimate reasons for more expensive games, and I think there are also excuses companies make to increase the price of games. This is not short, I guess. My actual short version is make your own decision. I guess my actual answer is not so much games should cost X amount, but video game pricing as a whole is kind of messed up. And well, I guess the all AAA games must cost the same amount thing is dumb, I guess. Pricing is broken. I think that's the best, shortest way to describe it. Pricing is broken. I think there are legitimate reasons why a game might be kind of expensive, and I also think game companies will use every excuse they can to justify their expensive games. Games that cost $500 million to make are not sustainable. Yeah, there's definitely that. The whole video games getting crazily expensive to develop is definitely doesn't seem like a great idea. Yeah, Silksong at $20 is interesting. I was definitely surprised at that. Make sure to smile today, buddy. I've got nothing to smile about. I'm kidding. Oh yeah, I got a Tears of the Kingdom record today. Yeah, that's what I'm smiling about. Getting a Tears of the Kingdom record a year after last playing it. How quickly do I think the government could beat my All Dungeons record if doing so became an issue of national security? I'm so torn if this is a genius question or a stupid question. I don't know. Both. I'm trying to think now, like, how long... Okay, so, first of all, no one in the US government knows anything about speedrunning, right? Almost for sure. So, not a good start. Would they... It depends on, like, would they need to get the record? Would they work on trying to find better strats first, or would they just try to get good first? Because I assume, knowing the US government, they probably, like, they try to find, like, different strats, right? They'd probably try to hire hackers to find out better strats somehow, or something like that. So then, I don't know. Okay, this is... I don't know how we're gonna answer this question. I don't know. This is too far up the hypothetical, down the hypothetical rabbit hole. I don't know how to end this being funny. Yeah, maybe, actually, you know what, that probably is. They probably would just, like, go directly to speedrunners and just say, hey, we'll pay you, you know, this much money to get the record right now. It's probably just that simple, right? Unless it needs, like, it depends on what rules are we setting. Like, does it need to be someone in the government, or can they pay someone to do it? But then what if speedrunners refuse? Do we get taken somewhere? Free vacation to El Salvador. But yeah, I guess, like, okay, if we generalize the question more to just be like, how long would it take for, like, random non-speedrunner group to get the record or something like that? Like a more generalized question. I think it becomes, like, more genuinely interesting that way. Because, like, I have thought, you know, what if people, like, a group that never knew anything about OoT speedrunning tried their own, like, tried to start speedrunning themselves, and they, you know, tried to find everything themselves, how long would that take, and, like, what path they would go down trying to find strat improvements? I think that is an interesting question. That's, like, a less memey, more genuinely interesting hypothetical. Yes, I know it was a meme. I'm just trying to turn it into something serious. I'm trying to be unfunny and turn it serious. The question is, how much would they have to pay me to beat the record right now? I mean, I'm doing it for free. I mean, I wouldn't tell them that. I'd say, you know, I'd be a little bit more motivated if I, you know, had a small percentage of GDP. Okay, fine, I guess I'm technically not doing it for free because you guys are paying, because you guys are paid chatters. Oh yeah, I heard about Saudi Arabia buying Evo. That's interesting. I know they've been doing a lot of like esports stuff. What a world. Speedrun.com sale to the Saudis in the works. That would be a timeline. Wow, you finally got that clip first try. He says when I get it second try. You know what? I don't mind if people don't notice my failures. I shouldn't call myself out like that. No, I definitely got it first try. You're right. I didn't mess up. How could I ever mess up? You love me and all my flaws. Thanks. Very cool. So what just happened there? So ISG, when you have ISG in this fight, 99% of the time, it will always reflect the light ball and you will have no issue. There is like a very slight mismatch between, I guess, the length of each hitbox, where like at an extremely precise distance, the light ball will not actually hit the ISG hitbox, but only hit the link hitbox, and then you just die. It is very rare, but that's very cool. Yeah, that was basically a lucky 1% death. For the first day doing the new harder route, I think this went fine. Definitely want to practice some more stuff offline, but I'm not too upset with it. I mean, I almost PB'd in my first run with the harder route, so it went okay. I'm not expecting, wasn't expecting a PB right away, but yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.